and he brought that practice back here to Springfield. Bob Sweere is married to Susan. They have 3 wonderful children. They've been married a long time. Bob doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk as far as family values, real family values. Not Republican family values where behind the door they're doing what they're trying to tell us not to do, and don't do that, and you're different.
Airport men's rings.
You got to be like me, like I appear to be. Bob Sweere is the real deal. And I've known Bob in practice, I've practiced 20 some odd years. He's a lot older than me. But I've had the pleasure to work with him in courts in Greene County, and I've been against Bob on cases, I've been with him on cases, and he's always been a gentleman. He's always been able to talk to the other side about an issue. He's always been able to talk to me, and I'm a hothead. I'd rather swing than talk about things, and Bob's been able to talk to me about issues, and we work them through. Bob's got a very difficult task, and that's to go to Jeff City, where he's the only Democrat in Southwest Missouri. And Bob knows the districts better than I do, but I've known for a long time we've had one voice, one. We have a chance coming up in August, August 2nd. We can elect Bob as our representative, or there's a nice young girl who just had a baby and she wants to be state rep. My proposal is let her follow in Bob's footsteps for 8 years, see how she does. I would like you all to think about sending the experienced voice to Jeff City and let this girl, who's his primary opposition candidate, she's got great ideas. She really does. Nice young girl. But let's let her tutor under Bob, who's sit for 40 years, has walked the walk and shown the way, and he can deal with each one of these people that he's going to have a battle with every day in Jeff City. It's going to take a man of experience and determination. Bob's been that man. He's proven that. I want to read a little bit about his background. Bob gave me this. He was apparently an Iowa resident at one time. Was you born in Iowa?
No.
Just bar admission there. Went to school there. Oh, okay, we're going to skip that. Bob has worked in all aspects of the law. Vanderbilt, as I said. He has written numerous articles. He's lectured on topics. He's a very good public speaker. And he also has that quiet, subtle approach, which he's going to have. He's got a distinct set of skills that's going to be required in Jeff City. And I want to read some emails that were sent to Bob Sweere about his sign. Everybody knows Bob's sign. That's really what the beginning of Bob Sweere for state rep was Bob had the ability to put in just a few words, 3 or 4 words, he hit the nutshell of what was the issue. And it was, we could drive by, we could see, we could capture it. And people started sending him emails. Said, for the past few weeks, I found myself looking forward to passing your office to read your sign. I don't always understand the quip, but I appreciate your outlook and humor. I appreciate your voice. Thank you. That's just a citizen in town. Thanks for saying what I've been feeling. I'm glad you had the guts to put it out there. That's just another citizen driving by. I want to tell you how much I enjoy what you express in your marquee. Sometimes I feel you and I are the only sane people in Springfield. And it's true. It's really true. I don't know what's happened around here where we've lost so many reasonable voices, somebody willing to stand up and say, religion is great. We have pastors among us. We have many strong believers in religion. But our Constitution requires that we have separation of those so that people can live their own lives. That's what America's founded on, and that's what Bob Sweere stands on. It's individual rights. Let me read a few more of these because some of these are pretty good. Love your sign. Something to be said for anyone who's not in complete agreement with Billy Long. My wife and I think your sign's a breath of fresh air. This is one of my favorites. Your hateful signs are a disgrace to the neighborhood and all of Springfield, especially the current one and the one before. May God have mercy on you, sir. Bob would get my vote just for that email. I mean, thank you for your sign posting. We moved back to Springfield about 9 months ago. Your signs are hope that we may not be alone in our opinions in this very red region of Missouri. I want to thank you as a woman and citizen of Springfield for going above and beyond to be a voice of common sense, despite our city council's effort to baptize us into obedience. So we're here for a couple of reasons. One is each one of you needs to be an island of reason in your own neighborhood. Talk to your neighbors. Not just putting up a sign. Talk to your neighbors about the reason to have another voice. Even if you've got somebody who says why? He's the only Democrat. He's still going to be fighting for our ideals. He might be able to. If anybody's going to do it, Bob Sweere is going to turn a few people around. He's going to be able to say, wait, guys, let's think about this. Let's talk about it. Bob's done that his whole life. He has the ability to do that. The other reason we're here is campaigns cost money. There's these little white envelopes, and then there's these other things called checkbooks. Before you leave here, it takes money. Bob's not doing this for financial security. This is a $37,000 a year job. Bob could make that in one case practicing law. Bob is sacrificing 4 months a year or more to go up for us. If we don't support Bob Sweere going with our real voice, that's the green voice, the checkbooks that we have, we're doing nothing more than whispering in the wind. There's a lot of wind up there right now, a lot of red wind. I want some people who I know have big checkbooks to match my $500 right now. And I want you to get your checkbooks out before we leave here. I have the first 500. If you have 100, if you have 50. I know this table right here has got lots of money in the middle. And please, don't leave without taking one of these and putting your info on it. We need yard signs. We need people to be the spokesperson of their neighborhood. And we need money because truly, advertising does work. They spend millions of dollars advertising Coke over some cola company that you never heard of again. People see the name, they recognize it. Sometimes it's just that simple, that we need name recognition. We're gonna do some things in the paper every week with a little miniature Bob sign. And without anything more, my friend and the next state rep of our district,